In this section, we'll talk more about the elements in the modify group here on the ribbon bar. One of which is the offset command. To use the offset command, you need to have an existing object to offset from. And so I have this rectangle here already drawn for me, and I want to create a new one, offset from it at a 10 millimeter distance. So I have to give the offset command. And once I give the command, it asks me to specify the offset distance, and I want to give it an offset distance of 10 millimeters. Then it asks for the object to offset, so I'll have to select the object. And now, based on where I have my cursor positioned, I can either offset on one side or the other side. So in this case, I want to offset inside. I place my cursor somewhere inside of the box and I click. And this is the rectangle that I created using the offset command. And I'll just have to tap enter on the keyboard to finish the command. This is similar if you have to draw a line parallel to another one. So first I have to create the one line and then create another one parallel to it. So line 100 and 100, and then 100, 0 and enter. So I have the existing line here, and I want to create an identical one offset from this one. So it will be another line which is the same length, and with the offset command I can only set the distance from it. So give the offset command, then tap enter, give the distance, let's say 30, enter, click on the object to offset, and then select where you want it to offset, either on top or on the bottom. Click, tap enter, and this is how you use the offset command with a line object. Now let's say I want to move this line and place it with this end, the left end of this line, onto the right end of this one. So to do that, I'll use the move command and enter. And now it asks me what object I want to move, so I have to select it. So this is the object. Do you want to select any other object? No. And I tap the enter key. Now it's asking me about the point from where I want to pick my line. So I want it to be picked up from this end here, so I can move it here. So I want to snap to that point. So END, enter, then go to the vicinity, click on it. Now I have the line attached to my cursor, and I want to snap it here to move it. So I have to type in END again and tap enter. So I can snap here and click. And now I've moved the line next to the other line. Another way to do this is still by using the move command, but also giving coordinates. So type in the move command. Once again, select the object you want to move, tap enter, snap to the endpoint, click, and now I want to move it 20 millimeters towards the top. So I'll type in the coordinate. So add 0, 20 and tap the enter key. And now the line has moved relative to this point where I snapped. earlier. Let's now learn how to use the copy command. So I want to create a copy of this line, and to do that I'll type in the copy command. Then similarly to the move command, it asks me which object do I want to copy. So I want to copy this object. Do you want to copy other objects? No, so I'll tap the enter key on my keyboard. Then it asks me again to pick a point from which to take the line and copy it somewhere else. This is what a base point means. So I have to snap to this. So END enter, click, and now once I click, I create a copy. So I can do a precise copy by giving the coordinate, so at 0, 60, enter, and it created a copy for me there. But the command is not done. I can copy as many as I want, and when I'm done copying, I can tap the enter key to finish the command. If I want to copy another, to have another copy, I'll click, and so on. So tap the enter key to finish the command. Now let's say I want to rotate this 90 degrees. So I'll give the rotate command, and now it asks me which objects I want to rotate. I select this one. Do you want to select any other object? No, so I'll tap enter on my keyboard. Now it asks me for the point, which will be the fixed point around which the rotation will occur. So let's say I want to rotate, and this should be my point. So END enter to snap to this point here, click, and now I have to give it an angle to rotate to. Remember that the angles are based on the horizontal and they go counterclockwise. So if I want this to be straight up, then I have to either give it a negative value of 90 or subtract from 360 and give it that value. So minus 90. And there you have it. This is how you rotate an object. You can also rotate an object from another point. Instead of the ends of the line, for example, I may want to rotate based on the midpoint of this line. So give the rotate command and enter. Select the object to rotate. Tap enter on the keyboard. Then snap to the middle with the MID command and click. And now give it again 90 and enter. And the rotation occurred by keeping the middle point fixed and flipping it 90 degrees counterclockwise. Another useful command is the mirror command. So give the mirror command and select the object to be mirrored. So let's say this line, and tap enter. Now define an axis line against which this will be mirrored. So I want to define an axis line based on the ends of this other line. So I'll type in END enter, click, and then END enter, and click here. And then tap enter again to finish the command. And now I have a mirrored object here based on this axis line. If I want to have a different axis line, for example, I want to mirror this against this, so I can do the mirror command again, select the object to mirror this, enter, then define the axis line here, and it can also be the midpoint. It doesn't need to be the whole line. Click, and now tap enter, and you can see that the object got mirrored on the other side of the defined axis. Although it may appear simple to mirror a line object against another line object, when the object's geometry gets more complex, the mirror command is very useful. Another useful thing I want to talk about is moving the coordinate system. So we always give our initial coordinate. So when we use absolute coordinates, we always base our coordinates on the origin point of the coordinate system. But sometimes we want to move it somewhere else so that we have the origin moved in another position. So let me just draw a line, and this line will start from 20 and 20, and then we'll have our line extend like that for 30. So add 30 comma 0, enter, and tap enter again. Now remember we had this initial coordinate at 20 and 20. If I want to move the coordinate system, I can do that by using the UCS command. So UCS enter and tap M enter, and wherever I click now, that is where the new origin will be. So END enter to snap to the end of this line and click. And now I've moved my coordinate system from the bottom left here onto the end of this line. So if I create try to create the same line again with the initial coordinate at 20 comma 20, and as you can see, the coordinate now 20 comma 20 is no longer here, but instead is here. Let's give it the other coordinate at 30 comma 0, tap enter twice. And this is because now our origin is no longer in this corner, but is here on the end of the line. Sometimes the coordinate system gets moved a lot, and you forget where the initial position of the coordinate system was. So to send it back to where it came from in the beginning, you have to type in the UCS command and double tap the enter key to send it back to the initial position. And that is a simple introduction into the use of the coordinate system. To start this practice exercise, we have to first draw a polyline that goes around like that. And we use the arc feature of the polyline to draw these arcs. And we'll start from this starting point here. And after that, we have to offset this 5 millimeters. Then create a circle somewhere and move it with the center, with its center in the center of this arc. The circle are of diameter 10. Then we have to copy it here and then mirror these two circles on top here to finish the drawing. So let's start. Give the polyline command. 50 comma 50 for the first coordinate, and select the arc function and the center function. Because this arc has a radius of 20, I'll move my center 20 to the right. So at 20 comma 0, then I want to select the angle feature, and the angle is 90. Then switch to the line option in the polyline command. Now I have to go to the right 25. or at 25, 0, enter. Then arc again, and the center will be this time at 0, 20, enter. A for angle, enter. And again we need 90. Switch back to the line function. Now we have to go up 100. So at 0, 100, enter. Then we'll do another arc. A, enter. CE, enter for circle. The coordinate will be at minus 20, 0, enter. The angle will be 90 degrees. Switch to the line command, the line function. Then at minus 25, 0. Then arc again. Center. At 0, minus 20, enter. Angle, enter. 90, enter. Switch back to the line function. And I can give the C, enter, to close. And I created my first polyline. Now I want to offset it by 5. So use the offset command. Offset, enter. 5, enter. Select the polyline. And I want to offset it not inside, but outside. Enter. Let's create a circle. C, enter. Click somewhere. D for diameter, enter. 10, enter. Let's move it. Move, enter. Click. Select the circle, enter. CN, enter to snap to the center. And move it. And CN, enter to snap to the center of the arc. Click to finish the move command. And now the copy command. So copy, enter, select the circle, enter. Snap to the center. Click. And then snap to the center of the arc, C, and enter, and click. And tap enter again to finish the command. And now let's use the mirror command to finish off the drawing. So type in the mirror command. Select the two circles, like that. Tap enter. Snap to the midpoints of these two lines. So MID, enter. Click. MID, enter. Click. And then tap enter on the keyboard to apply the mirror command and finish the practice drawing. To start work on this exercise, we have to keep in mind that we have 2 larger circles and 5 smaller circles. And the 5 smaller circles have the diameter of 20. The second largest one has the diameter of 60. And the largest one has the diameter of 100. The coordinates are 105 and 165. But I placed the drawing on this part of the sheet. So in order for the coordinates to work, I will have to move my coordinate system from here to here. So UCS, enter, M, enter, mid, enter, and click here. And now I can start my drawing from the initial starting point of 105 and 165 for the smaller circle. So C for circle, 105, 165, D for diameter, and 20, and enter. Now we can draw the second largest circle and then the largest one. So C enter, C and enter to snap to the center of this one. D enter for diameter, 60 and enter. C enter again, C and enter again to snap to the center. D for diameter and 100 and enter. And now we created these circles. We only have to create 4 more, which have their centers belonging to this second to largest circle here. So these 4 are on the quadrants of this 60 millimeter diameter circle. I can place one by snapping it here. So C enter, Q U A D enter to snap to the quadrant. Click. D for diameter, 20 and enter. Now all I have to do is go like that and do the rest of the 3 circles. So I will use the rotate command, rotate enter, click on this circle, enter, CEN enter to specify how to rotate from here, and I don't want you to move it, I want to create a copy of it, so C enter for copy, and give the angle to be 90. Now repeat for the third circle, so rotate, enter, click on the circle, enter, C and enter to snap to the center. There we go. Now C for copy, 90 again, and final repeat, rotate. Select the circle I want to rotate, snap to the center here, make it a copy, 90 degrees, enter, and this is my final practice drawing. And to send the coordinate system back where it belongs, I type in UCS and tap enter on the keyboard twice to send it back.